This segment is sponsored in part by Delta Dental.
An average of 27 million women between the ages of 45 and 64 experience menopause each year. And when you start to go through menopause, things not only change in your body, but your mouth as well. According to a recent Delta Dental study, 84% of women 50 plus don't know how menopause impacts their oral health. Well, today, we're going to talk about the symptoms to keep an eye out for and what you can do to combat those changes. Joining us now is Sarah Chavarria, president of Delta Dental. Welcome to New York Living.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're doing this because I'm in it, lady. I'm in it. I'm in it. Okay, so this gave me pause. Delta Dental recently conducted research on menopause and oral health. What did your research find?
Well, you've already said 84% of women do not understand or know the impact their hormonal changes can have on their oral health. That's not surprising because menopause is not something that we really talk about.
Right.
And in fact, 70% of women have shared that they have an oral health symptom, even though they're unaware of the connection to the fact that they're in menopause.
Right.
And that's really important because that oral health is part of our overall health and it impacts our overall well-being and our quality of life.
Sure. I know these are really complex issues, and I wonder if you could tell us what type of symptoms are associated with menopause.
Sure. Well, let's start with the symptoms themselves. Things like dry mouth, things like receding gum line, that tooth sensitivity or pain when you're biting into something cold, tooth decay. Those are symptoms. And overall, the hormonal changes can impact the amount of saliva that you have in your mouth, that you really need to work on that gum disease and that tooth decay.
Right. I'm checking my mouth as you are speaking to me. You talk about dry mouth. What causes our mouths to get dry?
I love that you asked that because this is, I think, really important for women in menopause to know. It is that low estrogen that reduces the saliva that we have in our mouth, and we need that not only to fight off small infections, but also to maintain that healthy balance between the good bacteria and the bad bacteria that we have in our mouth.
There are so many symptoms, and they're pretty significant. This is not something that we're taking lightly, and I wonder, are women talking to their dentists about these symptoms?
Despite the fact that 70% of women share that they have an oral health symptom, they are not talking to their dentist about it. As a matter of fact, only 2% of women in our survey said that they talked to their dentist about it, and only 1% talked to their hygienist about it.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
Really low.
And it's surprising because 4 in 5 say that they've noticed, as they've gone through menopause or gotten older, changes in how their gums look and their teeth look. So this is a great way. You go to your dentist twice a year.
Sure.
You might only go to your primary care physician once a year. So that's 2 more opportunities to talk to a health professional about what you're concerned about and get information.
So if you don't feel comfortable, if you're a woman going through menopause and you don't necessarily feel comfortable bringing up this topic to your dentist, do you have any recommendations?
Sure. Sometimes it feels maybe not so private to be in the dentist chair, people coming in and out.
Right.
But I would say, either talk about the symptoms you're having, so talk about the dry mouth or the receding gum line, or before you go to the dentist, send an email and write some of your concerns in there so that they know what's coming in.
Email is a softer landing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a much softer. So what changes are you hoping to see as more women learn about menopause and menopause as it relates to our oral health?
At Delta Dental, we're really encouraged already, just the results of the survey. So the women who took our survey, 77% of them said they are now going to prioritize going to their dentist, just given what they learned. And most of them said that they're going to take better care of their oral health. So that's really exciting. I think the other thing is, in the last year, we've seen some incredible articles come out, and we've started to see people talking about menopause. And we want to support that conversation from an oral health perspective and make sure that we're doing our part to talk about it and provide the information that women are seeking and looking for as they go through perimenopause or menopause.
And while they're in that process, what can women do to improve their overall health?
That's a great question. Look, rule number one, drink water. Drink a lot of water. I think that's really important. We talked about reduced saliva, so that helps. And then we highlight and recommend that people follow the 2-1-2. Brush twice daily, floss once a day, and make an appointment to see your dentist twice a year.
I'm on the good list because I do all of those things, Sarah.
Good. Well, it shows. So do I. I try to.
Where can our viewers go to learn more about this topic?
Sure. Please go to ddins.co/healthy aging. We've done a lot of work to curate information and put it there so people can find what they're looking for.
And we thank you for curating that information. Sarah, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Very, very helpful information. Back to you.